Hello. So something recently made me laugh my butt off when I read this. It punctuated to me just how much time we waste trying to communicate, get through to, make a change with our narcissist. It's very short. Let me just read it. It made me laugh my butt off. My butt is off. It's gone. Sophia Bell is her name. She's on Quora. She's very sharp. She's very quick-witted, and she knows her stuff about narcissistic abuse. She just does. So the question was, should I leave a note when leaving my narc? To which she responds, no. Our narcissist doesn't care about your note. Matter of fact, we all left him notes. Some of us asking to pick up some milk on the way home, and some of us elaborate love notes. Our narcissist doesn't read our notes. He might be illiterate, we're not sure. I can't take it. And she goes on. I love this so much because isn't that how you felt so many times? I'm telling you what, the waiting and the texting, and then you're waiting for a response, and then you're blocking because you didn't get one, and then you're unblocking, and then you're checking, and you're not checking, and you're writing elaborate things only for them to say they didn't read it. Not a thing. How many times has it happened to you? It happened to me many times. And the thing is, I fancy myself a writer from way back in my youth. I've been writing forever. So when I think about the time, effort, and energy I spent, I mean, my texts are like novellas, or maybe you did email or left voicemails or whatever it is. And how many times have I done that? And did you read my text? I didn't read anything. So when she ever says they might be illiterate, we're not sure. I love this so much because it really, with humor, and that's what Miss Sophia Bell does. With humor, she can tell you and teach you and show you how much time we're wasting. So that's what it got me thinking about, okay? How much other effort we put in that's a complete waste of time. And think about just the texts. How many texts have you sent and you're waiting and waiting overnight? Days go by, weeks. By then, they're on to a different conversation and they never answer your concerns or questions that you posed very carefully, thought out, methodically, in a very well-worded text that you sent. Only for them to say, I never read it. They never read it. She's hilarious. Are they illiterate? We're still not sure. So texting is the first thing, right? That's a big waste of time if they're not reading it. And I think she's right. I think they don't read anything. So add on, okay, that's number one, is a waste of time. Texting time. Add on calling time. How many times have you spent making phone calls and again and again and again, and then they hang up on you, and then maybe you call back. Maybe you're the type to keep calling back if you get hung up on. Maybe you're the type that doesn't. But the phone represents an exorbitant amount of time in trying to reach them. It's unbelievable how much time we waste with the phone with the narcissist. Number 3, crying time. Number 4, waiting time. Number 5, worrying time. Number 6, arguing time. Number 7, silent treatment time. All of it. And it happens to be 7. It's hilarious to me. But that is, imagine then one day he looks at you with all of those things you've tried to do. And then one day he looks at you and says, I didn't give you one thought during any of that time that you spent during all of those 7 things. So you're crying and you're waiting and you're arguing and you're putting up with the silent treatment and maybe giving a little bit back. But throughout all of it, we're all churned up. And essentially the way they feel is, I didn't give you one thought during all of your feeling churned up. Not one thought. And I do think, that's a very funny little quote, but I think she's right. I just don't think they give any of it a thought. And we find out essentially that we are spending our time on them, but they aren't on us. And it's ruining us. I've had a tiny theme lately concerning reclaiming your time and your mind and your thoughts. And that's because I just feel that though that time should be ours and not wasted on them. We are wasting a lot. Think of your own, all of the waiting, all of the concern, all of the overnight worried where they are, or are they going to get back to you? Are they going to show up in the morning? Are they dead? I mean, all of the time you spent worrying, and they are not worth that gift, because it is a gift, right? When you think about somebody else that much and you worry about somebody's welfare or concern as how it relates to you, that's a gift if somebody feels like that way about you. But they don't return the gift. They are not worried about us at all. They're not spending 1 minute even reading the text that we sent. And I'm telling you, mine are like little novellas, okay? And I think they're brilliantly worded, and I spend time. They're not even which I already knew that. I've been told that many times by my narcissist. I didn't read anything. So that's why when I read Miss Sophia Bell's answer to that question, our narcissist doesn't care about your note. I lost it. It's hilarious. So I'm trying here and now to prevent any of us, you, me, from spending one more second, wasting one more second. It flipped my brain. It flipped my brain into thinking, oh my God. It kind of relates to no contact. It makes it easier. It makes waiting around for them easier. Blocking or not blocking, it made that choice easier. They don't care. They're not wasting 1 second thinking about us. Whether they're onto their new supply or in the new direction of their life or whatever it is that they have going, they're not giving us one thought. Even though when they maybe drop you a line, oh, it's the love bombing. So they make you think they've been thinking about you. But they are? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And Miss Sophie, this quote to me kills me. Our narcissist doesn't read our notes. He might be illiterate and we're not sure. We're not sure, she says. And she goes on, her answer. He might be illiterate. We're not sure. I love that so much. And it made me think, maybe they are illiterate. That's the level to which my texts and things were never read or responded to. And as we all know, it's just like when you sit down and have a conversation with them. You're not going to get straight answers. You're not going to get anything but circular conversation. And you're never going to get any kind of closure. So we need to stop spending time texting and leaving notes to these people, or waiting, or crying, or going after. It's just, to me, such an illustration of how much time we waste. And I really want to make sure that you and I and all of us going forward start to take that time back for ourselves. If you think about how much collective time it's got to be, let's just try to quantify it in a day spent. 12 hours a day? 6 hours a day? 24 hours a day? How much time do we waste on the narcissist and trying to get through to them or reach them, or worried about whether or not they're going to get back to us, or worried about whether or not they heard our message, or worried about whether or not they're going to call us back after they hung up on us, or worried about, it's just endless time spent on them. Why? Why? They don't deserve that time. That is our time. We need to take that back. They don't get to have our time anymore. I'm so at the time wasted. And this short part of her answer that is just, it hit as so funny, really punctuated it to me. They don't care about our note, or our call, or our worrying, or our crying, or any of the 7 things, it happened to be 7, that I listed that are the time spent on the narcissist. They just don't care. So take your time back for yourself and do everything that you want to do in the time that you would normally spend on your narcissist. Pick up something. Just try not to spend the time exerting effort on them, their whereabouts, their state of being. None of it. It's all about you. Brilliant quote. Stay strong.